And that's why I'm pushing. And I love that I came back as a woman. It's just like, you know what? Men set the culture, and women propagate it by teaching it to the children and all that stuff. But women can do it too. We're in the house. We know what we need before they do. And then we share it with them. And then they be like, hey, based on what I've experienced on outside, here's some other stuff we need to go with it. Teamwork, right? So yeah, I'm doing my part, right? Brothers are contributing that part. Thank you again to that brother who drove home my point of not calling me mother by saying how he would be felt if some grown man called him father. It's like, thank you. I'm going to use that. Store that in my repertoire, right? Right? Wow, I'm almost done. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This is what's up. Thank you all for being here, and those who gonna see this later. I can't believe I got everything done. This is great. Oh, and speaking of, I can't believe how all this is tying together. Of being careful about who we let and talk to us about who we are. First of all, we should be sick and tired of that. People telling us who we are. That's why we're called Black, Negro, Colored, BIPOC. What's that? Foundational FBA. Foundational Black America. Descendants of slaves. It's like you everything except a Moor, which can actually be traced in history, right? But that's fine. Somebody's got to be the tip of the shovel, and I sure don't mind. I'm having a blast. But another issue, aside from the whole food thing, and I guess in addition to following on with the whole fashion part, I have seen too many, and if I can find them, I'm going to dig them up, because a lot of them I just blocked when I saw it because I was just so disgusted, right? Yeah, it's just a little too savage for my taste. And I'm just looking like, wow, I just put up the post for the next Moorish Mommy Sunday brunch talking about how we present ourselves, right? And why that matters. And how, as Moorish sisters, and I'm using our books to do this. This is not my opinion. These are teachings that I'm using for referring to our books that were left for us to tell us how to get our nation in order, right? And then it's like, once we have some parameters, do what you want within those parameters, just like everybody else, right? Or face ostracization like everybody else. That ain't one of us, right? Imagine a Chinese girl twerking. How would her people react? You know how, because they have parameters. So it came up along that where I was saying with this woman who's doing this dandy thing, right? How I see a lot of sisters, the women who have they'll have on turbans and a halter top, or fez and a halter top, right? And I'm just like, that's okay. She just don't understand, right? She doesn't have my book. Do I have my book? Okay. Yay. She doesn't have my book. You see, my book that I actually use and study from. Okay. Available at CalifaMedia.com, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere you can buy a book online. I prefer CalifaMedia.com because I don't charge tax and I send you goodies. But anyway, and get 25% off for now because everything's on sale in the store. But anyway, I started noticing a pattern among these scantily clad women wearing turbans, right? Because I wasn't sure what they were doing, right? So they would have on turbans, right? Or really, really short skirts and inappropriate poses. It's like you are desperate for attention, hit my DM type poses, right? But you got on a turban and a face full of makeup. And I'm just like, the only thing modest about you is the turban. But I'm noticing a pattern, and I don't like the pattern that I'm looking at. But before I assume some stuff, let me start looking around in your business, because you're putting it all out there anyway. So I'm going to look. Oh, is that your mother? That's your mother? Let me check the next one. That's your mother, huh? That's your mother, huh? So what I'm saying is you're teaching us what your mother taught you. Don't bring that over here. All right? Please and thank you. We actually have some instructions. You don't have to argue with me. Argue with the book that Noble Drew Ali had the women, the old ladies, the aunties, all right? Older ladies, had them write up what the problem was with our women at that time, right? And what their grandmothers and great grandmothers said, how they used to act and how they dealt with that stuff. Okay, we have our own instructions. We don't need other people coming in telling us what to do. It sows confusion, and it's going to make us stay here longer. But that's fine if you want to listen to somebody else, you know. I'm raising a Moorish daughter. My other one is she's in her 20s. I have a feeling she'll be like me. She's like she going out there testing everything. It's like, yeah, just don't bring home no babies because I'm not taking care of no. I'm done. I'll help you, but I'm done. But felicidades, that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. So I have a presentation coming up tomorrow, Allah willing, where I'm going in from the Koran, or actually, yes, the Koran and the Sisters Auxiliary on how we're supposed to present ourselves and what that gets us, because it came up in that conversation how I'm from Chicago and the brother on the call was from Detroit, and I'm about to end with this. He was from Detroit, and we got into talking about what it was like. Oh, bean pies. Somebody said that the Nation of Islam don't make their own bean pies. I didn't like that, right? Because I'm like, I made bean pies. I remember making that stuff. I remember going to my Muslim bakery in Chicago, which I think is still there, right? And I'm not young. And that mug was there before I was born, and I think it's still there. They were up in there baking those pies and whatever. They don't get bean pies from Jamaica or the islands. That's made here. Anyway, so we got to talking about that, and it led into us discussing the Muslims in Detroit. And the brother was going, and he was like, yeah, they were this, they were that, the men, right? And I'm like, that's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. So what did you think of the women? Oh, yeah, they were very fine sisters, blah, blah, blah. Did you think you could just walk up and talk to them? Oh, no. That was us. That was our people, where that's how they looked at them. Like, oh, no, you just talk to those women. Why not? Look how they carry themselves. And then look at the men. I ain't trying to mess with those men because those women acting like that because the men are acting like that because the women are acting like that. And I'll be going into that this tomorrow at 1 p.m. It'll be posted up there as a premiere. I hope you can check it out, because we do have a culture. We have our own stuff. I need to come up with if anybody want to help me, a mission statement, because it's like I'm starting fresh with this 100 years of Noble Drew Ali having been in Chicago. And so I'm like revising some stuff. And one of them is our mission statement, right? Because right now it's celebrating the Moorish Renaissance through literature. But we have a lot more stuff than literature. We got books, t-shirts, puzzles. I'm about to probably come up with some kind of game or something. I don't know. So yeah, and I'm reading. Start with Why. Good book so far, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Because all I can think of is what I just said. We have our own thing. We need to start pushing our own thing. So then people will see our thing and just will leave. They won't even bother trying to harass us. It's like, oh, you say you are more. Oh, wait a minute. You got books. You wearing a whole, like, you look like a thing. What is that? Boy Scout with all of the sash and all those, the ribbons and the bows and the pins they be having. Yeah, because we have our own stuff. It's called cultural artifacts, right? And another one of our cultural artifacts is our behavior. I don't think people raised by somebody else's nation. It's different when the father is of another nation, because who spends the most time with that child in the first 7 years? That's why I harp on that, right? Yeah, he might get a hold of them later, right? But I'll be going into that because that's 30 minutes. Thank you for your indulgence. I appreciate y'all who checked in, and all of those who will see this later. Don't forget, support Moorish businesses. Yeah, and that's all I got. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and whatever you got left when you see this. All right, Islam, peace and love. Don't forget to visit CalifaMedia.com and get your Prophet's Day or Drew Ali Day gifts, and I'll check y'all out later. Islam, peace, Moors. Bye y'all. That was fun.
Islam all. Today, we're continuing our journey by exploring a topic that is central to how we express our self-value: modesty in appearance. As Moorish women, the way we present ourselves to the world is more than just style. It's a declaration of our self-respect, our understanding of who we are, and our commitment to honoring the legacy of our ancestors. In today's discussion, we'll explore how dressing modestly connects to self-value, how posture and physical presentation express inner dignity, and why modesty is a key part of how Moorish women carry themselves with grace and authority. Let's begin with what modesty really means. In our Moorish tradition, modesty isn't about hiding, it's about honoring. It's about recognizing that our bodies are sacred and that how we choose to dress and carry ourselves reflects the respect we have for ourselves and our nation. The Moslem Girls Training Guide reminds us we must strive to look clean, neat, well-pressed, and well-tailored each and every day, not just on special occasions. This isn't about vanity, it's about living up to the divine standards we've inherited. When we dress modestly, we send a message that we value ourselves, our history, and the spiritual responsibility we carry. We're saying, I am aware of who I am, and I demand that the world recognize my worth. This is the opposite of seeking validation through revealing or overly flashy clothing. Modesty is a reflection of how much we value ourselves. When we dress with care, we show the world that we hold ourselves to high standards, regardless of outside opinions. This aligns perfectly with the Moslem Girls Training Guide, which says, our nails should be trimmed and clean. Our hair should be clean, combed, and well-groomed. Self-value begins with how we see ourselves. If we understand that we are mothers of civilization, we wouldn't want to present ourselves in a way that diminishes that. The world may encourage us to chase trends, but as Moorish women, we dress with purpose, intention, and respect. Modesty also means being selective about how much access we allow others to our personal lives, our thoughts, and even our physical appearance. It's about having control over how we are seen and choosing to be known for our intelligence, character, and contributions rather than just our outward appearance. Beyond clothing, modesty includes how we carry ourselves physically. The Moslem Girls Training Guide teaches that all of your body positions and movements should reflect your finest qualities and highest morals in a way that demands respect from everyone. This is where posture becomes critical. How you stand, sit, and move says as much about your self-value as what you wear. Consider these key principles. Stand tall. Keep your back straight, shoulders relaxed, and head held high. This posture communicates confidence and readiness. Sit with poise. When sitting, keep your legs together and hands gently folded in your lap. Avoid slouching, crossing your legs at the knees, or appearing restless. Walk with purpose. Move with grace and intention. Every step should reflect a sense of direction and self-awareness. These may seem like small details, but they are powerful. They create an image of self-assurance that commands respect without a single word being spoken. So, why do we place such an emphasis on modest dress and presentation? The world we live in often encourages showing more, revealing more, and seeking validation through appearance. But our tradition teaches us that true validation comes from within, from knowing who we are and living by the standards given to us by our Creator. Modesty is also about protection. When we dress and present ourselves with dignity, we reduce opportunities for others to disrespect or misunderstand us. We create a barrier that makes it clear we are to be approached with respect and seriousness. The Moslem Girls Training Guide reminds us, our clothes must be clean, neat, well-tailored, and appropriate for all public appearances. Dressing modestly helps protect our personal boundaries, ensuring that what we share with the world is on our terms, not dictated by societal pressures or trends. Sisters, modesty is more than a dress code. It's a lifestyle rooted in self-respect, spiritual awareness, and a deep understanding of who we are. When we dress with intention, carry ourselves with dignity, and maintain a standard of cleanliness and grace, we honor ourselves and our ancestors. We uplift our community by being living examples of what it means to be Moorish women. If this discussion resonated with you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming presentations. And don't forget, if you want to explore these teachings more fully, Get your copy of the Moslem Girls Training Guide at califamedia.com or your favorite bookseller.